a definition of success, one of them, which is, hey, you're now in a spot where because you invested well, you're going to be forced to take out more money than you'll ever need. It's pretty awesome. At the same time, you want to be strategic. And what you're wondering is, hey, should I do that Roth conversion thing that people talk about? And that's what I'm going to show you guys now. So what we're looking at here, this is a conversion table. And quite simply, all we're looking at here, because it looks fancy and it's not, I promise. All these different lines, these are tax brackets. So this little blue line, I call it cyan. I don't know if it's cayenne. Remember like the printer, cyan, cayenne. I don't remember, but you get my point. The green here, 12, 15% bracket. The tan here, 22% bracket. You can see when I zoom in here, it's gonna, you see the little slash, 22% slash 25%. Those are the new brackets that are going to be coming in. So that's why it says that there. We could turn on other brackets like 35%. You can see it way up here, but it's just not applicable. They're not going to be in that bracket. So that's why we're doing it this way. Now, this couple, what they're looking at, quite simply, the blue that's being filled up, the ocean color blue, that's income. So income's coming in the door. That's just coming in the door. And you can see if more income comes in because their side income does well or they get a raise, well, that increases. And then you're going to see it decreases. Then it shoots back up. So the reason it's shooting back up here is because now all of a sudden they have those required distributions in Social Security and they're maybe spending less than their first few years of retirement when they were really loving travel. So they're wondering, should I do Roth conversions? And just an example here is if they were to do Roth conversions and fill up the 22% bracket, so this orange line here that I'm following across here, and they were to be strategic as to when they do that, it would add about $427,000. Now, this is very real. And this is why most people talk about conversions and go, wow, this can be very powerful, because you can see it can be. You are able to say, I'm happy to pay a little bit in taxes today to avoid paying a lot in the future. That's the value of doing this conversion. It's almost like you saying, and I have this right here. This is one of the coolest gifts I've ever received. It's a photo and it says cauliflower. Let's see if you can see it clearly here. And it's cauliflower. So I know I just held up the shirt for you, but if you want to see the full post here, it is true. I have the best supporters. You can see 3 weeks ago I got this. I kind of give my story on cauliflower and you can see this here. And you guys are awesome. So my point here is cauliflower is me saying, I want you to eat a little bit of vegetables, just a little cauliflower, not a crazy amount, so that when you're 75 or 80, you're not forced to only eat cauliflower. You're going to want steak and pasta and salad. You're going to want different things. But if we're not strategic here, you're going to be paying a lot in taxes in the future. So I'm saying just eat a little bit today. That's what a conversion is. And so watch what happens if we don't do this well. I just want you to watch this number for me, $427,000 more dollars. That's if we're really wise, we do good planning. Watch what happens if I increase that just a little bit. Oh my God, $2 million fewer dollars. So sometimes people come to me and they go, Ari, I already did a conversion. You know, they say with a little attitude. I'm like, cool. I wish you did nothing at all, because now we have to try to fix the mistake of you over converting unnecessarily. And they're like, so I should have done nothing? I go, in your case, yes, because you converted incorrectly. Other people come to me and they're talking about doing a conversion and is it going to add a lot of value? And sometimes I go, yes, it can add literally hundreds of thousands, nearly $1 million in value. So it's completely dependent on your plan, your strategy. And the coolest thing, in my opinion, about this specific tool is if we go back to the plan and they determine, no, Ari, we were wrong. We want to spend $7,000 a month in retirement. $6,000 is not enough. No, we told you 6, but no, we want 7. Well, that changes the plan significantly. But turns out they go, I'm willing to work another year so we can actually spend $7,000. So we just want to spend more. That's our preference. We refresh the plan. Yes, they're okay. Oh, sorry, 56. Change that to 59. You can see here, if they want to work a little longer to be able to spend more, well, I'll often encourage that. But what does that mean now? Well, now they're spending more, they're working a little longer. Well, now that impacts the tax strategy. And so all of a sudden, the whole strategy is shifted because they're working another year. What does that mean? Well, if they're working another year, that's one less year to do effective Roth conversions because we're filling up the brackets. At the same time, it's one less year that your portfolio needs to support your income, which means it keeps growing, which means your pre-tax accounts are going to keep growing and your required distributions are going to be even larger. So sometimes I'll tell a client, hey, if you want to keep working, great, but I hope you really love it, because all you're doing is not allowing us as planners to start beginning these conversions, which might actually yield you more money. And they're like, oh, so by me working, I'm just kind of adding to a future tax burden anyways. I go, sometimes I'll say, you know what, based on what you want to spend, all these conversions here, it's not going to make sense for you. And I want you to actually consider something else. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Hey everyone, I'm down here in the corner. You can see me waving my hand. I want to interrupt this briefly just to make sure you're all aware of the Early Retirement Academy. I am the odd advisor that says everyone doesn't need an advisor. It just depends on what stage of life you're in and what experience you're looking for. So this is a good option for those of you that go, yeah, I want to work with an advisor. I don't quite have $2 million yet, but I still need some help. So you can get access to the same software, the same tools, everything I use in my videos, and you do get me as your guide along the way. So for a lot of you, this is more than suitable. For some of you, you go, no, I'm looking for that next level of guidance. Well, traditionally that makes sense when people have $2 million plus working with us. So a lot of you I know will have that. You just don't have it quite yet. And that's what this option is designed for. So check it out in the description if this is of any interest.